Hello again, everyone. As usual, I'm Buff Bud, and today we are back with another episode of Continuum. Now, last episode, I believe we did. Yeah, we started working on quests a little bit. That's right. Actually, I don't have the book here anymore. I'll explain this weird stuff I got going on here in a second. I don't think we did too terribly much with the quests, but I don't remember. Yeah, so we did a couple things here. Nothing too big, though. Real quick, before I continue, I do want to apologize if this episode seems a little bit rushed. After this episode, after recording this episode, I am going to go get food, and then after that, well, after editing this video and getting it scheduled and everything, I am going to get right back to playing Pokemon Sword because that game is amazing, and I've been playing it almost 2.5 days nonstop, and it is amazing, and I want to get back to it. So yeah. Anyway, so I've been working on bees again. A little minor bee update. So good news, bad news. Okay, good news, bad news, good news. No, good news, bad news, bad news. Yeah, good news, bad news, bad news. Good news. We did. Okay, I actually did breed up the diamond bee, which actually required us to breed up the gold bee, which actually required us to breed up the lead bee, which required us to breed up the tin bee. So, luckily enough, we actually have 4 of the bees we actually need. Five, six, seven if you count the iron, nickel, and invar. So yeah, we're definitely on our way. Let's see. We got the copper. I don't even know what this one is. Silver, aluminum, ardite, cobalt, manilium, electrum, bronze, emerald. This one, okay, if I'm not mistaken, these last couple ones are a little odd. The destabilized queen actually gives us. Oh no, it actually does give us normal redstone. Never mind. I stand corrected. Lux gives us glowstone. Winsome Bee is platinum, so that's gonna be good. What is this? Endearing. Oh, and I guess ender pearls. Okay. Fluxed Queen. Wait, endear. Wait. Oh. Oh yeah. Okay. Winsome. Oh, it also gives us ender pearls there. Wait. Am I? Oh no. Okay. Yeah. So Winsome is platinum. Endearing is ender pearl, which is meh. But the main one is the Enderium, so that one's good. Fluxed is Fluxed Electrum. And then this one I found by doing a bit of research. The Impregnable gives us titanium combs. It is a low chance of getting them, and then it turns into titanium grains, which you do end up needing to combine into a titanium dust. But there is a way to get titanium through bees, so that is wonderful. We're gonna need a lot of that later on, so I'll work on that. I'll also work on automating everything as much as I can, which brings me to this monstrosity over here. So I found myself running so many bees through the gene pool here that I was using up so much ethanol, biomass, and sugarcane that I figured I would just make a sugarcane farm. That's actually not promising. Nope, never mind. Either I either I was blind or it just filled up. Oh well. Anyway, so the system I got over there automatically fills up this storage drawer here with sugarcane, which makes our lives a lot easier. The way it does that is it uses a auto breaker from Actually Editions, which actually I have it right here. Which takes a highly advanced machine frame which normally is an advanced machine frame, basic machine frame, blah blah blah, yada yada, with all the extra things on it. But I was able to kind of get away with it for a little bit because we found a couple of these in the end, I believe it was, in some chests. So you take one of those, surrounded with sapphire plates, which is just crushed sapphire, run through the compressor. Yeah, the compressor here. And then you take a diamond pickaxe, which I used the last few diamonds I had to make it, to make the auto breaker. And this thing runs non-stop, actually, unless you have a redstone signal. So what I have going on here is it automatically breaks it, and I have a comparator detecting when this thing is full, which it shouldn't be. Wait, what? Wait. Okay, something's not right. Okay, so what's supposed to happen is this thing is supposed to fill up completely to 64, and then once it gets to that point, the redstone line reaches all the way to the top here, and then it powers this. Once it powers this, oh, I see the problem. I see the problem. Once it powers this line, it'll come over here, and then push the redstone block into the wire here, which will disable the clock. Although for some reason it's just constantly stopping. What if I do something like this, maybe? Huh. Okay. I think it's good now. Okay. So as this thing will fill up relatively quickly, this length will get bigger and bigger. And then once it gets to 64, it should light this thing up. I actually just set this thing up like half hour ago. Um, so yeah. I'm actually really surprised it's working this well. I'm sure there's probably some way to simplify. Oh, and there it goes. 64 exactly. And then as we use the stuff over there, it's going to pull the sugarcane out of the storage drawer, having more of this stuff pump out to the storage drawer. And then it pulls out through a hopper because for some reason the transfer node, also having a no texture, is kind of weird. Cannot pull directly from the breaker here, which is pretty weird. So yeah. Anyway, um, that's beside the point. Today, I wanted to work on getting better tools. Now that we finally have a tool forge here, I wanted to actually get better tools. I went onto my creative world to try and do a couple tests with various different tools and such, and I think I found tools that work out pretty well for our needs. So we're going to need a cleaver, because that's my favorite kind of sword. In this game, obviously. We're going to need a hammer, which is a great mining thing, which we aren't really going to need to do too much of, but and then we're also going to want a crossbow and bolts. I got the hammer, the cleaver, and the crossbow all planned out. The bolts, I don't, but I guess we'll be able to figure it out. So yeah. Honestly, I never know how to make a bolt or what is best for a bolt, so we're gonna figure it out. So to start with, we're going to need a frick ton of cobalt. Oh dear lord. Okay, so cobalt. I'm also going to need ardite for manilium, and we're gonna need lead. There we go. And we're gonna need bone meal. Okay, so then we're also gonna need. Actually, I'm not even sure how to do that. Do I even have the stencil for that? I do. Let's see. Costs 3. Okay. So next we need 3 of these things. The magma slime crystal, which is actually really annoying to make. Let's see. Wait a minute, don't I? I feel like I have some already. Yeah, I have 1. Okay, so we only need 2 more then, which unfortunately I cannot wait. Oh, dang it. You can only do that in the friggin' pulverizer. Dang. Dang. Okay, so we are going to need more blaze powder. Currently we only have 1 blaze rod and 2 blaze powder. Okay, so that actually does work out, thank God. Okay, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're also gonna need some of these. I don't know how many, so I'll just get 3. Okay, so let's throw the blaze rod in the grinder. That'll give us a little bit more blaze powder. In a minute now. Oh, is it 4? I think it's 4. Okay. So then we can come over to the chemical reactor. Boom, boom. Let's see. Slimy mud. Yeah, it's 2 and 2. That's what I thought. Okay. Thank you. Boom. Okay, so we also need netherrack and soul sand. Netherrack. Do I not have any soul sand? Oh no, there it is. Okay, so we need 2 more of these. Boom, boom, there we go. Then we have to cook those up, and they'll turn into the crystal. Boom. Any minute now. There's 1. Okay, there's 2. We also need string. Boom. And paper. There we go. Okay. Alright, so this'll do for quite a bit that we need, I think. Maybe? I hope that'll be enough. Actually, that's definitely not going to be enough cobalt anyway. I need a lot more than that. Okay, so cobalt. Is there a way to multiply this yet? So it turns into 1. No. Dang. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that should be good. Alright. So we should be able to smelt these 12 in there at the same time as the other stuff, because it alloys at a 1-to-1 ratio at as each other. So if I put in 16 ardite and then whatever 16 plus 12 cobalt is, it shouldn't do the additional 12, I hope. Also, do I... Bolim... tough binding, tough rod, cleaver, head, plate... Okay. Alright, so first things first, we're going to start off by making the cleaver, which needs a manilium blade and a plate. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. I've never been able to pronounce that correctly. I don't know why. So we need a plate of manilium. We're also going to need the large sword blade cast. Each one of these, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it takes 8. So the 16 that we put in here should be enough. Yeah, nice. Oof, that's going to take a while. Okay, so that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, Okay. Boom. Okay, how do we make the hammer? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, yep, that's it. And that's gonna take its sweet little time. Do we need the tough binding, actually? Actually, I don't think we do. Well. Oh well. Throw that in there. The Bolim was gonna be magma cream, so I don't even think we need that. Or the magma, whatever. Right here. Yeah, look at that. Okay. So we got that. We also need a paper binding. Is it a tough binding or no? It is a tough binding. Okay. There we go. We need string. I looked it over, and all the bowstrings do the exact same thing, so really it's just cosmetic. Do we want white, blue, pink, green, or brown? You know what? Actually, let's build the rest of this thing first and see what it'll look like. That'd be a good idea. Let's see. Then we need a cobalt rod, which is, I'm assuming, a tough rod. Yeah, tough rod. Okay, so I need 3 more thrown in. There we go. Thank you. That can go in there now. Let's throw the large plate in here. Then we need to get 2 of these. Okay, so I'm going to throw this in there. And we're going to need 2 tough rods, and 1 hammerhead. And the Bolim cast section we don't need. Okay. Alright, so in the process, we do also need a lead tough rod, so we're going to need 1, 2, 3. And we also need a bone tough rod. Boom. Okay. And actually, I think... Yeah, look at that. Okay. I hope I have enough for that. I do. Good. Alright, as soon as that's done pouring, I'm going to switch over to lead real quick. Okay. Boom. I can at least get that done real quick. Nice. I'll do that. I did not mean to do that cobalt thing, though. Okay, so... Actually, I'll wait for that. Okay. Thank you. I'll take that, throw that back in. Okay, so then I have 2 ingots, so I'm not going to be able to fill this thing fully. So in the meantime, while that's redoing, let's make our cleaver. So for the head, or for the plate, we have our manilium plate. And we have the manilium sword blade. Let's see, then we have the bone tough tool rod. Then we have the lead tough tool rod. Now, I found this out the hard way. You can put these 2 in here, but there's only one right orientation. One of them will do less than the other. So let's see, this is 2,000 durability, 20 attack. This is 1,000 durability and 20 attack. So if we want durability, then this one, this little stubby one would be best. Otherwise, we can have it look like that. But I really don't care about that, so I'm going to do it this way. I forgot to name it. I can't put it in there and name it anymore, can I? Please tell me I can... Oh! Hey! Okay, I didn't know that was a thing they did. Awesome. Okay, Choppa. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't bother naming this thing because I was going to make a new one anyway. Sweet! Okay, so we now have a new sword, which does 20 attack damage, which is already almost 6 times more than this. So that's perfect. I can't put this in there, can I? No. Okay. That's still melting. That's bull crud. Okay, so we need one more tool rod. Okay, so this one's gonna be for the bow. How do I make that one? Slime vine? Okay, I guess I can't even make those. Normal vine, and then hemp fiber. I wonder if I could do those two. We don't have any vine. I just realized. We do have hemp fiber though, don't we? Yeah. Okay, so let's make a hemp fiber bowstring in addition to a normal string bowstring. And we'll see which one looks best in the completed thing. Okay, so that's done. Let's throw that down. Boom. Throw that in there. Okay, so that's good. So now we can make our crossbow, which I actually did a lot of looking around for and testing to try and figure out what would be best here. And this mod pack is heavily limited on resources, so I just had to try and fiddle around with it. But I found that, again, the bowstring does not matter in this case. I found that if you do a magma slime bow limb, a cobalt tough tool rod, and a paper tough binding, it gets you a relatively okay draw speed, relatively okay range, some extra damage, a little bit of extra attack, but the attack is only melee, so that doesn't matter, and it gets us an extra modifier. The bolt is where it's at, so we're gonna have to fiddle around with that. So apparently since you can rename this thing, I'm not gonna bother naming it now. Oh. Crud. I wanted to see which would be best. Oh! Can I literally just swap it out like that? That's cool. Huh. Yeah, and it doesn't change any stats at all, so we're good there. Yeah, okay. Nice! Let's see, blocking blocks fire damage, and getting hit sets the attacker on fire. See, that, getting hit sets the attacker on fire, that one actually seems really good. And then if any enemies are on fire, I get bonus damage. I don't really care about that one. I kind of like that one more. I'll do that. Okay, so, boom. What? Did I not put enough cobalt in there? I must have counted wrong or something, because that's definitely not enough cobalt. Or I'm missing something. Because we need one more plate. Boom. All right. So for the hammer, we're just gonna be doing pure cobalt all around, because we're gonna in the long run end up using using the unbreaking method on it to get the tool to be completely 100% unbreakable, like we did with these ones down here. So we're not worried about durability. We're also not that worried about modifiers, because the more you use this thing, the more modifiers you will get, due to, I believe it's iguana tweaks, I think it is. So we're good there. So we're mainly just shooting for mining speed, honestly. I said mining speed, honestly, not Bixby, you idiot. Alright. Those are going, so that should be going, so it should be melting. We're good. These are all resources we no longer need. By the way, I created a shulker box here just to carry all of our extra bees that were, all of our resource bees that we're going to need a lot of. So, yeah. Okay, so that's almost done. That's almost done. Okay. Now, missing game? Right there. Okay. Cobalt hammer. So, Choppa, earth mover. Oh, what do I normally name my hammers? I totally forgot. Hmm. Because I normally name my shovels earth mover. Then I normally name my excavators. I don't know. Oh well. I think this might be it. World Shatterer. That's not how you spell Shatterer. World Shatterer. Is that how you spell Shatter? That doesn't look right. That sounds very wrong. No, that is Shatter. Okay. Whatever. And as you guys can see, it has a mining speed of 4.08, sorry, 4.8, which is normally pretty slow, but for a hammer, that's actually pretty good. Because hammers are naturally slow at everything they do. So that's actually really good. And it also has a bonus speed of 10% as well as the momentum. Mining blocks increases your speed as long as you keep going. So that's going to help out a lot. Now we need bolts for our crossbow here. Once again, I don't really know how to make bolts. So I'm going to test something out here. Do we have normal tool rod? We do. Okay. So I'm going to melt both of these down. And then I'll go get iron. Obviously, that's not going to be our final thing, but it'll be something. Okay. Also, we need fletching. Okay, so we can either go with one modifier with extra accuracy, a little extra modifier which is for durability, not for actual modifier use. A little extra durability modifier for 80% accuracy, or we can go with 1.5% modifier for 50% accuracy. Now, I'm just going to stick with Ghostwood Fletching. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm going to stick with normal feather fletching because I like the accuracy. So, yeah. Let's throw those aside. Okay, so we're going to throw the iron in here because these two metals are relatively inexpensive, so I don't care wasting them. And the fletching. There we go. Alright. And then as soon as the iron goes, then we'll get one of them. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take a tool rod, and then you're supposed to put it in the table here, then pour another metal on top of it, and then it'll take some kind of properties. But it always confuses me what order it goes, because I feel like it's backwards, but at the same time I feel like it's not. I'm not sure. Okay, so let's do the same here. There we go. Okay. So now what we're going to do is put the lead tool rod and then... Wait, what? These aren't the only kind of bolts you can make, right? Okay, what about iron with lead? Iron with iron? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, so By the looks of it, these are the only kinds of bolts you can make? No, these ones you can make. What? Okay, let's go get our book. I'm almost certain this is how you're supposed to be doing it, right? Wait, this is hmm. Tools. Oh, bolt. The bolt is a heavy, armor-penetrating projectile. Once loaded into a crossbow, they deal high amounts of damage while also penetrating half the target's armor. Damage dealt depends on the crossbow as well as the bolt themselves. The bolt crafting page explains how to craft the parts. The bolt crafting page? Where's that? Okay. Okay, I guess arrow shaft. So, yeah, I guess it has to be only out of these things here then. Oh, that's bull. Oh. Okay, so this mod pack changed even more. Okay, so let's see. The sudden acceleration of releasing an arrow might cause it to split into two. Ugh. Projectiles move slower, but don't mind gravity as much. Projectiles have a 50% chance to break on impact. I'm good. How many arrows you can get out of it? Yeah, okay. So bonus ammo wise, Reed's is definitely the best, but it does have a chance to break. Which, I mean, I guess that means, like, if you shoot it against a wall, it has a chance to break, while shooting it against a person, it wouldn't. So yeah, Reed's actually might work. Okay, so I'm assuming just one. Okay, so I'm assuming I make it at, do I make it out of a tool rod then? Arrow shaft pattern, no. Okay, so it seems like both this mod pack and Tinker's changed it since the last time I actually used it. Interesting. How many do I need? Two? God dang it. Well, this episode's going on a little longer than I was hoping for, but I want to get these bolts done. I should have done my research in-game here. There we go. Okay. So I got the arrow shaft. That's good. So now what? Okay. Uh... Now do I put stuff on it? I think now I can put whatever, thing I want on it. So let's say, oh no, okay, so 5.25, 5.5, 6. Night Slime, that's a decent one. Oh, 9.72. Okay, so Manilium oh, no, can't do that. I can't do that either. Okay, so yeah, Manilium seems like the best one even for this then. So let's go get another Cobalt and see if it'll work that way. I would waste one of our iron or lead on it, but I really don't want to. Okay. Alright, so melt these two down, and we'll find out. In the meantime, let me quickly, actually, I can remelt these down. I can also bring out the ingot cast. Boom. Man, so much has changed. I hate it. Boom. Okay, boom. Why did I put all those in there? I'm an idiot. God dang it. Ugh. Okay, so that's going. Oh, I'm wasting so much time. Okay, so yeah, breakable. We'll be able to repair it, and then put the unbreaking on it eventually too. So yeah. Oh, it's iron, not. What am I thinking? So yeah, while making the sword here, I went into a test world, and I tried making one out of prismarine. Yeah. So where it says jagged, that means it does more damage the lower durability it's at. So I made one out of prismarine here, and it literally never changed. It stayed from, I think, 15.7. I didn't mean to do that. God dang it. It stayed at 15.7 all the way from durability 1 to durability 0, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what the heck the deal was with it. So I decided to go with Manilium. Because I figured maybe at 1 durability, um, it would be able to do a lot of damage, but it didn't do anything else. So that was exciting. Okay, so in the meantime, let's throw this on there. I'm hoping I can throw it on? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, this episode's going on way longer than I was hoping it to, but what can you do? Alright, come on, you're almost done. So, earlier I mentioned that there was some bad news with the bees. Two instances of bad news. So, you guys remember how I was making those energy bees? Oh, thank God that does work. And it only uses half. Interesting. No, it doesn't use half. It needs one more ingot. That's dumb. I'm an idiot. Oh my God. Everything is awful. Boom. How was I supposed to know it was going to take 2 ingots to make a small little cap on the thing? There we go. Well, I suppose I can show you then. So, off camera, I made 3 of these energy princesses here. Energy bees, for that matter. And I set up a little automation system over in our little fork, I guess you could call it, over here. Speaking of which, I also set up our power banks here to try and hold some extra power while I'm AFKing, and it seems like it's working pretty well. So yeah. But anyway, I set up over here a couple automation stations where they would touch the flux ducts, and they would just keep on producing RF for everything touching them, and it never worked. I thought it was just really slow. So I went into a test world to see how slow it was. It never worked. With the exception of 2 blocks. It worked with, actually, I'm not seeing them here. I wonder what, maybe power? Oh, what did I Google? Or, not Google. What did I search? Anyway, it worked with the RF storage and then the advanced RF storage from EFAB. Which, the good news and bad news of it all, it would allow us to have power there constantly, but you cannot pull from it, which sucks. So yeah. Anyway, so we got our bolt core here, and we got that. Okay. It has 114 ammo. That's actually pretty good. Should I name it something? Yeah, whatever. Okay, so normally it actually has like a number here, but draw speed is kind of annoying. Okay. And did it break? It didn't. Okay, cool. Awesome. So now we have a crossbow, bolt, and a new sword, as well as the hammer here. I'm gonna try to level these up off camera, but seeing as how Pokemon, I'm probably not going to be able to. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to have to end it there because we are going way over on time for this episode. So, if you guys did enjoy, then please leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time, where hopefully by then I'll have enough resources built up from the bees to actually continue a bit more. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a great day. Goodbye.